Hi everyone, it's been a busy day here. Saturday, as you can see, been busy boy. Did a bit of tidying up on the deck, I think I mentioned that earlier. But had the net in there today. I've had all of them out, bar I think one that was a swine to get hold of, but anyway, no, two, sorry. I've done scrapes, so just to evaluate, I've found out of a few scrapes, I found a fluke, two fluke on two fish. All the others come back clear. I've not scraped every fish because after about 5 scrapes I got a bit sick of it because it's quite tiresome. It's quite tedious, it takes a while. So I did about 5 fish. This is one I couldn't get out, it's bloody cracking. Oh, but anyway, it looks in good nick, that one. Lovely colour, really nice and white. So hopefully it's okay anyway. But there's a few of them, the main ones I got out, and yes, there was some raised, well, not scales but red scales, like they were being irritated. So yeah, I've had a good look at them all. Can't see any costia or anything like that. I really went deep on these slides, and so I've got the koi out and in scrape time, and I found a fluke. Only one on the real poorly koi. I've got to say the koi, as you can see, is not in great shape actually. Can I get it? Sorry, I've got a mini grab as well, but there it is. So you can just see it there. I can't decide what fluke it is yet. It doesn't seem to have the hooks. It's almost like the trunk at the front there. It's almost like I just can't decide what. I should have got my mini. So, like I say, I'm reluctant to use any treatment. However, I've ordered some LearnX Pro, so it'll be around about Wednesday. Give me time to think. It's always handy to have in the old store cupboard anyway. I think the problem that I've had is the ammonia, is the water. Because I'm not convinced that I've seen enough fluke to cause some of the damage on some of these fish. I'm just not convinced at all, especially how quick it's happened. So that fish, gosh, fine. This one here was treated on its side. On the other side, you'll probably see it if it comes close. You see it just flared up a bit now because I sedated it. All the ones that I treated, I sedated, cleaned. See the top on that one, just there. It looks just there. Looks red. Treated that. Some have lost a couple of scales. So cleaned thoroughly, dried, cleaned, and then hold on. And then put some anti-bac on, then some adhesive powder over the top, then top coat, in fact, and then I just keep putting the top coat on until it, the adhesive powder, until it gets a good seal. I'll come off them, I've put a couple of layers on. This one got a good layer on the side here, on that side. So yeah, there's probably about 8 of them that had either minor or progressing to quite serious issues in with the scales or the skin. So hopefully I've caught that soon enough. The worst one was surprisingly was the Yoshikigoi, this one here. This one looks fine. I've not had that one out, the bigger one, but his skin looks fine. This one, however, it had a ulcer on its side and also on its gill. There's like, where the gill is, in front of the gill, there's like a plate. That was quite nasty actually. So I'm a bit worried about that fish actually. Hopefully I've got to it in time, sedated it, give the ulcer a really good clean, double clean, like I say. Yeah, that one, the one that I thought was a Karishiko, but it's not, was clean, nothing wrong with that. This one was relatively clean. That one was. This one had a bit of a treatment. I put a bit of that, a bit of red on it. That Goshki was okay. So it's weird. It's weird how some fish just don't seem bothered by it at all, but then some, it just really gets hold of them. So it just shows you, koi, like humans, we've got an immune system, and it's a case of survival of the fittest, I suppose. So again, just to recap, a couple of people have asked me why I've got ammonia and things like that. I had in excess of, I think I had 24, 25 fish in this 2,000 gallon pond. I've got rid of 7 now, as I've said before. So now I'm just left with primarily these Japanese koi that I've got over the years. So I think with the filter coming out, the plant filter coming out in autumn, and all the pumice being taken out, that's loads less biological media. The plants got divided, so they've been it, so they're like almost fresh start. So with that, overstocked pond, I turned the shower off over winter as well, so that was a fresh start this spring. What else? Oh, I've been feeding them. I went away for a week about a month ago, and somebody came every day and asked them to put some food in. When I got back, my skimmer has absolutely loads of rotten food around the edge. So no doubt, probably it's best if you go away, don't worry about them, just leave them, don't feed them, don't ask anybody to feed them. If anything, get yourself a camera and have it on your pond so you can wirelessly look and check, and then just have a number of someone who's DIY minded that could pop in, and if your pump goes, if I look at my video, I can see that the air's on, that's running, so that signals that all my pumps and filters are running. Okay, so that's the only thing next time that I'll keep covered. I'll not ask for them to be fed next time. So I think with all that combination, it's caused me a problem. And like I say, out of that Shintaro was scraped, the Yoshikigoi, Beni Kiko Kuru, that had one fluke on it, I found on that scrape. And then the other fish that had a Fluke on it. I'm not sure which one it was now, but anyway, it was one of them. But I only had one. It's not like a slides with actually riddling. I've seen some before with just riddling all over the place, but they are in there. So what I'm going to propose to do is my CT's come, so I'm going to put chloramine tea in there over a period of a week. I think you can do it every day with an amount going in. I think I'll do that, and then I'll finally put the Learn X Pro in. So we'll see. So another water change last night, sorry. Yesterday was treating the fish, getting them out, scraping them. As I've previously mentioned, the fish are completely pissed off this morning, most of them. I'm not feeding them. So obviously most of them came out yesterday. Still a bit of flashing. There's one going there. The Yoshiki Goi that I got of the week is completely pissed off. Its size looked better actually, don't look as raw, so I'm debating what to do with that, whether to put it in my grow on at the bottom on its own and then treat with salt now, because I've just bought a Koi Medic salt pen, just leave it in there. But then on the 31st I'm going to the Koi Diaries add and buy, grow and show, because I've got a couple of fish there, but then it coincides with this now, so that's guppering me a bit. So yeah, a bit of a bugger at the minute. So hopefully in the next month I can get this sorted out. Like I say, I'm not convinced it's parasites, because I scraped a few fish yesterday and I did find 2 Fluke though, and I did find a Fluke on that one and on one of the other ones. But I'm reluctant until I get a clear 0 reading from a test kit on the water of ammonia. I'm reluctant to act and then put parasites, chemicals in to treat parasites, because I've not dealt with this yet. So anyway, talking about the ammonia, and that's why I've just shot my camera on quick. I've just done 3 water tests for ammonia, and here they are. So bearing in mind that in this pond, in the last week, or I think it's a week, probably a little bit more than 7 days now, I bet you the first time I think I did 40%, second time half the pond, put it down to my bottom drain pipe work, which is below my feet, so obviously when it comes up, that's your gravity line where you'll drain down to. So that was probably 50%. I've probably done that at least twice. So I bet you I've put 20k, 20, maybe more, 25,000 litres into this 10,000 litre pond in the last week, and I'm still getting that, which is still around about 0.5. Now, looking at these, I will tell you one of these is tap water, straight tap water out of my own tap in the kitchen. Why is the 2? Why is the 3? Well, I did a pond sample of ammonia, and it came up greeny tingy again. So I thought, right, I'll do a tap water sample, put the bloody vial back in the pond in town, forgot. So there's 2 pond samples, which is not a bad thing, because you can see it come up with the same thing, and then a tap water sample. So what I can say is the one on the far right is the tap water sample. And according to this, it's coming out of about 0.5, in between 0.25 and more edging to 0.5 of ammonia. So I don't know, obviously as a byproduct I think of chlorine and chloramine, there's ammonia, because this is what they use to kill the bacteria in our water to make it safe for us to drink. Now, So it just goes to show that if you're using tap water to do water changes, and then you're using something like sodium thiosulfate, you've put in ammonia, which is in your tap water, into your pond, and then the sodium thiosulfate is removing the chlorine, but it's leaving one element, which is the ammonia, in your pond. So you are not really doing anything if the ammonia in your pond is the same as what's in your tap water. Now, if your ammonia in your pond is a lot higher than what's in your tap water, you're going to bring it down to your level of your pond water, and that is, I think, where I am now, or where I've never actually got further from. So what do I do now? Well, I've got that product coming. I can't remember what it is again, that gets rid of ammonia in ponds, but that's probably going to be slow acting because it's a media that's got to get to work. I've got my water filter under my feet, but it drips in here, drips in there. Just there, look, that blue tip. That goes through my 2-stage here under my feet. I only like to use that on my drip fill, because on the drip system it's just not, you're not putting big amounts in at one time. You're doing it over a period, so if it's failing a bit, it's not too detrimental. So with the water change I've been doing with my tap water, and then thinking I'm doing good using sodium thiosulfate to get rid of the chlorine, which looks like I have done, I've not been getting rid of the bloody ammonia. It's just been replacing it with the water, the source water that I'm putting back in by the looks of it. So I don't know whether because of the time of year and everything like that, the water company are whacking more chlorine and chloramine into the water, and there's more ammonia in there. Or my test kit is, the ATI is just out of sync. It's in date, and I have had 0 readings on it before, so I'm going to have a look at the Severn Trent site now to see what their recommendation levels are, milligram a litre. So I'm getting 0.5 milligram a litre in my tap water. So what now? Well, what my brain is throwing me to do, but it's got to be more money, is to buy the Aqua, I can't remember what it is now, the Inline chloramine remover type thing to make your tap water safe, and dump it by half, if not more, as low as my bottom drain can take, and then use that to fill it back up. Buy one of them. Or first go for the ammonia little egg tester, Hannah checker, that I've got the phosphate checker and the KH checker for my saltwater reef tank, but I've not got one for this. But in a nutshell, I need to get this water, I think, out, and chlorine, ammonia, low nitrate water in. So I've got RO units down the greenhouse. I could use my RO unit. I've got 2. One that's really maintained well for my reef tank, and one that's for my plants. So the one that's used for my plants I could bring up here, but as people know with RO units, you can't fill them quick enough. So it's just the speed at which you need the water is the biggest problem. for koi people when you need to do water changes. Funny enough, I've not had a problem like this before. So when I cycled in a pond, it was no problem. Yeah, I got ammonia, but then did similar water changes, and it was fine. It reduced it. I actually got down to the yellow zone. So it just shows you with your changes in water supply. So I've got to get my thinking cap on and see what I can do, because otherwise all my work yesterday to treat the koi, or even the where they've been scraping and that's turned into red, and then it might have the irritating the gills and scales and whatnot. Obviously ammonia burns skin as well and gills, so it slowly irritates them, and it burns the gills, so you might get darker marks on them, things like that. And like I say, the Beni Kiko Kuru has been heavily affected really in a short amount of time. Like I said, I don't know why. So maybe it's the ammonia, spiking ammonia, and the gill fluke it had, because obviously if there's one gill fluke, surely there's got to be another on there. Because this one, the big one, the black Beni Kikakuru, is fine. But that one's really feeling sorry for itself today, and rightly so, because it's got an horrible ulcer on its side, which is all cleaned up now. It looks a lot better today. Look on the side, looks a lot better. And then it's burnt gill that's on this right hand side, looks a lot better, but it's obviously feeling sorry for itself, because it's been out of the pond, been euthanized. Well, a few of them have, but obviously that one's feeling it a bit more because it's got sores, bad sores on its body, so we'd all feel a bit cheesed off with that, wouldn't we? So like I said, I'm debating that one, so either gate in my grow on with the salt. But then I was thinking, well, when I get these 2 new fish at the end of this month, I've got to get them, because we're only going to hold them for a week, even if I want to keep them there, and then they're going to have to deliver them, so I need to pick them up. So I'm going to put them in my grow on and just watch them for a bit, and then once this is sorted, get them in here. What I didn't want to do is bunk them straight into this. Dilemmas and timing, eh? So I've got to get this sorted quick to get the ammonia down to 0, nice yellow readings again, and away I go. So I've had a little think about this ammonia, and I just thought, you know what, I've used for my reef tanks and things like that, I've used Prime, Seachem Prime before, and it's absolutely brilliant stuff. It's probably the best dechlorinator you're going to get. It's just a fantastic product. It's just not cheap, like you can normally buy dechlorinator for like $7.99 or a tenner or something like that. This is normally twice as much. So I've had a look in my reef tank, and I remembered I'd got some, I just couldn't remember where it was, so I found it. I've got a 250ml bottle here. Now what Prime does, it's a complete and concentrated conditioner for both fresh and salt water. Prime removes chlorine, chloramine, and detoxifies ammonia. Prime converts ammonia into a safe, non-toxic form that is readily removed by the tank's biofilter. You can use this in the cycle to remove ammonia. It detoxifies nitrate and nitrate, allowing the biofilter to more efficiently remove them. It will also detoxify any heavy metals found in the tap water at typical concentrations. It's non-acidic and will not impact pH. It will not overactivate skimmers. You can use it at startup or whenever adding or replacing water. So a 250ml bottle, i.e. this size bottle, will treat, it says here, 10,000 litres. So my pond. It's Monday. Been a strange day today. Work has been a nightmare. COVID isolations all over the gaff. Day after England losing, the weather has been absolute shite today. The koi are pissed off. So that one's just been sulking over there. So all in all, Monday been a pile of pants. So I'm just going to give you a snippet of where I'm at. The Prime came last night, brilliant service, Amazon once again. I ordered it yesterday on Sunday, I think 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was delivered for, what time was it? 7:30, 8 o'clock, so it delivered before 10 o'clock I'd ordered it for. What a service. So 500ml of Prime. So I put 150ml in yesterday that I'd left of the little bottle I got. And then last night I put in another 100 and, I think it was 100ml, 150ml. So there's 250ml, 300ml gone in here, in this pond. So what Prime does, it dechlorinates, but it detoxifies ammonia and nitrite. Now, as anyone may know or may not, these type of products, they can't remove it. They bind it so the filter, the biological filter, can remove it. Okay, now from what reading up about it, it's only a temporary fix, so it will make the ammonia in the pond non-toxic, so the filter can grab it and remove it through the biological filter. So I would imagine that if your problem that's already there of ammonia, it's only going to be a temporary problem, because after 48 hours, a couple of days, you then might have to redose. So hopefully with what I've got in mind, and I'll give you a snippet of phase 2 and I'll do a video on its own. So I'm going to show you here, so you're going to be a week behind in essence. The Prime's gone in, so hopefully that's the ammonia sorted. It's no longer toxic to the fish. I'm going to check my pH, temperature, and I'm going to have a look at the Manky Sanky ammonia toxicity. Put my teeth in. Toxicity. I can't even say it. Toxicity chart, and have a look to see where I am on there. So, and then see what level of toxicity actually was at again. But anyway, so got that. Now for a longer period of 2 months, I've got this product. So that's what's coming up as a snippet. So yeah, so more about that product next week. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you want to know about the ammonia saga. Hopefully the fish are going to pick up. The weather is absolute pants in the UK at the minute. The temperatures have dropped. It's not cold, but when it's when it's rainy, it's knocked the arse out of the temperature in the air. Monday today has just been a real drab day. Still about 18-19 degrees, but like I say, the pond water is probably about 17 degrees now, and the fish, obviously it's not that warmth, not there to give them that boost and get them going. So I suppose what I did the other day, Saturday, on the lovely warm day, they've come out and they've all been treated. They've now gone back in and the weather's gone dank. So you can't change that. So hopefully in the next few days, by the back end of this week, the weather's going to pick up and kick off and get back into summer, of a sort of the summer what it's meant to be. And then the fish can hopefully get recovering. So, but that kawaku there, it's just been floating about there all day, just, meandering. And what I have done, my outlet in the corner where it comes over, I've reduced the water to, if you look at that poor slab there, look, so I've reduced the flow through that filter by about half. So half of the flow is now being pumped through that return, which is about just behind that actually. So I don't know whether the fish, there's another fish there, look, I don't know whether they're liking that with the air flows there, look, so they're around about there, so they are sulking. They're not getting a deal of food either. What I do is I sometimes sit in, I'm just throwing the odd pellet right in front of the noses so they at least get a pellet. So all in all, we're completely pissed off. The water looks like it's turning a little bit greeny again. So it's been a challenge year so far. Happy days. We all like a challenge. England were last night. Over it already. Got a crack on. Got lots to do. More important things to worry about. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please hit notification bell if you want to see the next episode about the ammonia remover and an update of where we are with the pond. Please subscribe to the Friendly Koi Keepers on Facebook, and say hello to Summer. Summer, say hello. Have a great week.